What's going on, YouTube? It's your man back again, Kenneth Lee. I'm going over language arts this time. I have two subjects that I've been asked to do, and it's language arts and social studies. So, with that being said, I took some time to write down some notes. So again, if you're watching my videos, you should already be taking notes, y'all. Okay, here we go. First things first, if you hit me up on Facebook or Instagram needing help, I need you to have at least three things here. First thing is I need you to have a GED book, Kaplan to be specific, because I still have mine. Meaning, I'll tell you why I said that. Number two is you need to have a pen and paper or pencil, paper, whatever the case may be. Number three will be prepared to study for about 2 or 2.5 hours. Because if you're calling me and you telling me like you desperately need help, then that's when I put time in. I'm putting down whatever I'm doing to come and assist you to, like, give you a better understanding of what you're doing or getting yourself into. Okay, let's get into the language arts. First of all, we all know the language arts portion is a lot of reading. Yes, it is. You probably are going to have maybe all of 20, 25 questions or whatnot. Again, I said in my last video, I have taken the language arts practice test yet again, and I passed it with a 150. And to me, that's still good because I passed language arts originally with a 157, and that was in 2014. So, and I just graduated this year, y'all. So, way beginning of this year, but it's just still imprinted on my mind of what was on the test. So, a lot of reading. I'm talking about you're going to have about 4 pages sometimes with at least 2 to 3 paragraphs per page, and you're going to have one question to the right side asking you what basically. Okay, they're going to give you a lot of paragraphs, and then you're going to have a question to the side that asks you one particular question out of these 4 pages. What I normally do and what most people normally do is you read the question, then you skim through the paragraph to figure out where the answer is. Now, make sure, don't just read that answer, read around that answer. If they tell you, and what did the paragraph say about gold mining, right? What did the paragraph say about how dangerous gold mining was? And you go to the paragraph and you see that it says gold mining was dangerous. But before that, it says gold mining wasn't dangerous in 1976, but in 1977 it became dangerous. And one of your answers, or two of your answers, could be it was dangerous. The second answer could be it wasn't dangerous, but it became dangerous after a time period. That's something you have to watch out for. So, not just looking for the particular answer, but make sure you read around, top and bottom. Read the paragraph on the top of the answer, read the paragraph below the answer, because the answer could actually switch or change. So that's very important to remember. You will have mix and match answers. They will give you a question where you have to take a bunch of different answers and organize them, as into what happened first, what happened second, what happened third, what happened last. Okay, so if you haven't taken a language arts portion practice test or real GED, that is on the actual test. Okay, they're going to make sure you read. When you do that, when they give you that particular part, you can skim through everything else and find the answer. But when they come to you with the mix and match, they give you 4 different little small 2 sentences, like paragraphs, and then like I expect you to organize it. Then you go read the paragraphs. Read the entire thing. Read all 4 pages, because you don't want to get that wrong. Every point counts on every test, okay? Mind you, I said I made a 157, but I don't want everybody to make 157. I want you guys to make 167s. I want everybody to make 170s. The point is to do better than what I did. Let's see what else we have here. They will also have a question that does not belong. You're going to have, just like the organized questions and mix and match, you're going to have a question that may give you something about, out of all of these statements, which one has like nothing to do with the paragraph to the left. Okay, make sure you're paying attention to that. That's also very important. Now, last but not least, your written response question. I have a lot of questions about this on my Instagram, and surprisingly, more people hit me up on Instagram than Facebook. I don't know why, but so your written response is basically this. they're going to give you two sides to a story. And they're going to tell you, well, I'll give you an example that I seen. The example that I seen was this. They had two articles. And in these two articles, one article, the person spoke about how sports and entertainment were not overpaid, basically. They didn't believe that the athletes were being overpaid because entertainment is one of the biggest parts of the world, basically. So, but the opposition of the other paragraph, the person that wrote that one, they didn't agree. They believe that athletes are being paid too much money when you have teachers and you have firefighters and police officers and people like that on a daily basis that do their jobs to protect those people, like in those areas or whatever. They don't get paid half that, right? So, and I sided with the second argument. I sided with them because I believe that maybe in some sense athletes do get paid too much. Mind you, they did work their hardest to get all the way to that level. However, they still had to be taught first by teachers. Secondly, whenever they're hurt, they have to go see doctors. So you get what I mean? Like, they're paid almost triple or quadruple times the average amount of teacher or like doctor or anybody like that for that matter. So I sided with them. Let's see. And it's going to tell you after you read, after you click on it and you see the screen pop up for the written response, it'll tell you in your opinion, choose an argument which is best supported, or you believe that is best supported. Meaning, whichever one you agree with the most, you start your argument about that. I always started mine with considering both paragraphs or considering both sides. I in turn side with such and such. My reason why: I do believe that this, but you also have to cite evidence. It's going to tell you to cite evidence. So I might say in paragraph 2, it says that athletes are a part of like the world's entertainment. This may be so. However, the very doctors that support these athletes or the teachers that once taught these athletes are not paid as much, basically. So make sure you find evidence to support the side that you choose. Whichever one they give you, find that evidence that agrees with what you're saying, because that's very important to like who's ever reading or checking like the GED written responses for language arts. That is very important. Outside of that, I think that is basically the sum of the language arts portion. There's much reading, again, about 3 to 4 or 5 pages sometimes, but there's always one question to start off with. But in those 4 to 5 pages that you have to read, you may have a sum of 4 questions per one. You get what I mean? So for example, question 1 could have 3 pages you have to read and only answer 2 questions. Questions 2, you might have 5 pages and have to answer 4 questions that has to deal with that particular one. So, right, for my social studies people, I had to take another social studies practice test just to make sure that I'm still up on that particular subject, because I took language arts recently and I want everybody to see that, because personally, I don't believe everybody else on YouTube is going back and taking the test to see what they still know. That's why people always ask them, hey, do you remember what's on this test? No, I actually go back and take the test all over again. You get what I'm saying? That's just how much I'm trying to like really be adequate with what's going on and like try to help people out as much as possible. So again, find me on Instagram. I am _Kenneth Lee. By all means, follow me, guys. Subscribe. I say that because the more attention you give me, the more people I can reach, the more people I can help, the more people we can get to walk across the stage. All right? One love, y'all.